Welcome to the Shergroupie podcast, where we share ideas on how to help businesses grow and prosper in the online world. Join host, Chief Shergroupie, Claire Sandbrook, as she discusses her digital journey and how Shergroup is helping thousands to keep their business flowing and growing. Here on the Shergroupie podcast.
Hello, it's Claire Sandbrook here from the Shergroupies podcast. Happy Valentines Day. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are having a lovely day with someone or something that you love. I don't think it needs to be focused on a person anymore. There are so many things going on in people's lives and so many more exciting things to do than we've ever thought possible, particularly after the last 2 gloomy years. What I can tell you is that I am giving my husband his Valentine's card from last year and he's giving me his card from last year. So we're doing our bit for recycling. We're very keen recyclers. But perhaps you've got something a little nicer than that. But hey, if you're with the person that you care about or you're in your business and you're enjoying your business, then there's a lot to be grateful for, right? After the last couple of years. So on this Valentine's Day podcast, I'm just really vocalising a lot of what we said in our newsletter. And I want to talk about happy businesses, loving your business. How can we get you feeling back in love with your business? And after the last couple of years, you could be quite right and turn around and say, no, I'm not in love with my business. It's been very hard work and I'm cheesed off and I'm fed up. If you're one of those businesses that succeeded in the pandemic and you had a service or that was pandemic proof, or you had a business that that sold something that people needed and you've done really well, then yes, hats off to you. But I expect even in your private life, you were worried about your family and your extended family and friends. So none of us have had an easy time, even if our businesses have succeeded. We've all been worried. And so 2022, spring of 2022 is a time to start and look forward really and hope that we can continue to get back to some sort of normality. Now, we certainly here at Shergroup are on a mission, and that is to grow a community of happy customers. And we think that we're on that quest, and we want Shergroup to be your friend in business. We are sheriffs, but I think these days we're more Robin Hoods than we are sheriffs. We're giving back. And what we want to do is we want to keep more businesses out of the way of a writ. And we want to help businesses move forward so they have enough cash. And to do that, they have to have a business that creates cash because people want that product and service. So sales is a very important part of growing your business. And how to get more sales is a complete strategy in itself. And I personally don't think that there's enough talked about this. I mean, everybody knows you have to sell more to make more money. But how do you do it in this online world, which has been completely turned over as a result of the pandemic? You had a bricks and mortar shop, you had a bricks and mortar office. Now suddenly you're working from home. Nobody's coming to your high street anymore. How do you begin to rationalise that? Well, I think there are some easy ways to start you off. And the good thing about digital is that you don't need to spend a ton of money. You can actually do a lot of this from your own computer at home. Even I have a little microphone set up here as I'm podcasting to you today. You don't need to spend a lot of money, but you do need to get going because the world is changing. That I am pretty much sure. So, how can you expand your business reach? So to get more customers, they've got to know you're there, right? And we talk about forever traffic on your website. Before we get into that though, let's talk about how you're feeling today and getting out there and meeting some people, pressing the flesh again. Is that something that would work for you? Would you like to do more networking in your locality and feel that perhaps you're not, on your own, and there's a group of buddies out there that you can draw on for inspiration, and just chat through the sorts of issues that you have in your business, the member of staff who let you down. Maybe you've got an issue around your landlord and dealing with rent. Maybe you've got to deal with HMRC. Maybe your accountant's not being as helpful as you hoped they would. Maybe it's time for you to rethink your will. I mean, these are all issues that business owners think about. And have got to juggle alongside actually doing the business that they're in. These are on their mind 24/7. And I know that because I'm a business owner, and these are the sorts of things that go through my mind, along with the actual delivery of Shergroup services. Now, one of the nice things that happened to me in the pandemic was I actually got invited to join a business networking group, BNI. Have you heard of it? BNI, Business Network International. I'd always been intrigued, but no one had ever asked me. I was probably sitting there thinking I wasn't good enough, or, they didn't think I would fit in, or, things that go through people's minds. And then somebody asked me out of the blue when I was in my Norwich home and said, would you like to join BNI? And I was actually shopping in Aldi, to be honest. He rang me up. And I said, yes, I would. And he said, do you want to think about it? I went, no, I actually do want to join BNI. I'm intrigued to come to a meeting and find out what it's all about. I've been waiting for 20 years for someone to ask me. So thank you, Jay Herrera of Motor Republic. You did a good thing that day. You got me invited to a BNI meeting as your guest. And because we were all in pandemic, it was done on Zoom. I had to get my head around Zoom, and it was a bit newfangled for me. I'd always tried to stay off video, if I'm honest, in terms of calls. But Zoom, you have to be on a camera and you're talking to a room full of people in a virtual room. And I just found it really easy to chat to other business owners. Then what happened was we went into a really structured process, a PowerPoint, if you like, of the business agenda, and it was really easy to follow. There were some rules and values that were set out by BNN. There was a little bit of education, and then we went into our 45-second pitch just to remind everybody who we were, where we were from, and what we did, and what sort of referrals we would like going forward. And I thought that was great because everybody did exactly 45 seconds. Then there was a host presentation for the day. One member was elected to do a 10-minute presentation about their business so that all the other business owners knew what they did, and then they could go out and share it with their network. So that was tremendous as well. And that comes round on a cycle, so everybody gets a chance to do that. And towards the end of the meeting, we then shared what we had all done as a positive. Got somebody business, have a testimonial for somebody. And again, just being accountable and coming to that section of the meeting where you did say what you'd done, and helping the chapter meet its statistics so that it is achieving a number of referrals, a number of visitors, a number of testimonials, which help grow the chapter, and the cash that the chapter actually generates as a referral system. And this is a formula that has been created across the world in over 10,000 BNI chapters, with a community of about just shy of 300,000 members. So if BNI is something that you would like to get involved with, please reach out to me or my team. We would love to take you to one of our meetings and you can see for yourself. It's no big secret. So that's about getting out there and pressing the flesh. And of course, you want more customers. You want the right customers, don't you? You want customers that are going to pay you. So maybe your customers are paying you up front. Maybe they're paying you by credit card. They're paying you online on your website. Or you're having to invoice them and then you're waiting for the payment to come back in. Now, this is particularly true in business-to-business debt, in the delivery of goods and services. And if you find yourself in that arena, then please get a credit check system in place. Credit management, credit control, all these systems rely on credit checking customers before you advance credit. If you're not doing that, then Shergroup has a solution for that on its cash flow website. Check a customer, and we can help you score a customer and understand the limit of credit that you should offer without having the worry of that customer not being able to make those payments. I mean, in Shergroup, we do see judgments for many thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds. And you do wonder why the business kept providing the goods and services when they hadn't actually any idea if their customer was going to be able to pay. You can't rely on people to tell, the absolute truth. You're being naive. Get yourself in a position, use data to figure out, whether the customer is really as valuable as they think they are, because they think they're valuable, but are they going to be the right type of customer for you? The credit check will give you a good idea. How can you get more traffic? How are you going to get more sales? You've got a system for either getting payment up front or credit checking your customers, but how are you going to get those customers? I mean, and how do you make sure they keep coming back? Well, the centre of your universe in business life needs to be your website. And it's taken us, nearly 10 years to get to a place where we are building a website that is not only right for Shergroup today, but will be right for Shergroup in 10 years or 20 years. And if you're like me and you can see your business going on for some time, then it's worth really taking that time, maybe not 10 years, I probably took too long, but at least to really think about what is your website doing and how is it the centre of your universe. I mean, I don't know about you, but all my family are sort of into Marvel and Star Wars, and we have clashing universes in our family between those two sci-fi giants. But the other universe that we have in my family is Shergroup and the Shergroupies. And what we've had to do is to build our site to develop not only today's products and services, but products and services we want to add in the future. And this is where the dreamy part comes in, because now you're not confined to just selling the one thing. You can sell the things around the one thing that make it even more valuable to your customer. And if you can create a website in which the customer gets everything they need, information, product, service, they can find the price, they find a product description, then they can find videos about how to use the product and service, they can listen to podcasts. All this content kind of feeds into a feeling of love and well-being, that your customer is making the right choice. And that's what you want your customers to think. They've come to the right place with the people that they know they can trust, and they want to buy from them. And they want to buy from them over all the competition because they're just not putting it together in the same way. So I would encourage you to be as imaginative and as creative as you can in the development of your website. Now, there is some technical stuff that you have to get your head around, but start with a piece of paper. If you draw it out as a flow chart, pull some pictures together of other websites that you love and start and create a visual of what your website can look like and just how far you can take it. Now, forever traffic is the idea that you will create content, and you will create content that drives Google to recognize your website and find you and then take you to the number one spot. And we all know that this is where we want to be on Google. But of course, getting there can be really challenging in terms of where do you find the right people and how do you do that. And I've had those challenges over the years, and I want to try and make that easier for you. So we now provide a digital marketing agency because, frankly, I've had enough of everybody giving me bits and pieces of this. It's a plan. It's a business operation. Like if you're making widgets or you're delivering services, digital marketing for your business is a business operation, and it has to be viewed in a logical way. This is my very strong point of view on this, because you can be sold bits and pieces. Just like you have to know your accounts, you have to know your analytics. That's your new word, analytics. You have to know how many people are looking at your website. What do they like about your website? What drives them to your website? And repeat the things that people like and ditch the stuff that people don't like. And, you know, your accountant will probably be saying to you, well, I wouldn't be spending that much on marketing. But the fact is, if you don't spend it, you will sink. And if you sink, then I'll be coming to see you under a different service. That's the bottom line. And we don't want you to sink. And there's no need. There are so many great businesses out there. So if you want a joined up digital marketing operation, come and talk to me. Come and talk to Shergroup. You can tell that I'm passionate about it because I want your business to succeed. And I have a team that I've put together who can build your website. I can build your website with one of my partners in a day. So even if you haven't got a website, we can get you up and running with a website that you're involved in building in a day. We can then sort out your search engine optimization, your keywords. We can help you write that all-important content so that you've got your keywords flowing through the things that you're saying and doing. We can offer you online forms. We can offer you Google ads. We can offer you social media channels and all the creative that goes with it. So don't feel that you are stuck without a joined up solution. I think it's very, very important that you understand that there are people like us out there who want to help you. Okay? So you can email us at hub@shergroup.com. And, you know, be transparent about prices on your website. If you can only do that. I was at a conference last year. Got a fantastic guy, Marcus Sheridan, was speaking at the Entrepreneur Circle convention, getting more customers. And he said something very sensible. He said, if you think that people don't know the price of your competitors, you're deluding yourself, because 80% of people buy through looking at websites. They've already checked out your competition. So if your competition are offering a price and a straightforward way to buy something, and you're not, guess what? You're on the back foot. And that's why our prices are largely on our website. Some things it's a little difficult to price per unit, but wherever possible, we're telling you what it's going to cost and we're giving you a price indication, because I want you to understand the prices. I don't want to be charging up front to recover a debt. For example, I've heard some horror stories recently of people parting with several £100s for somebody to take on a debt to collect it, and then not being able to collect it, but you still pay the several hundred pounds. That's not right. Don't do that. It's no win, no fee. and that's what we offer. So make sure that you're with the good guys, okay? Because I don't want to see you losing money like that. But all this love comes to fruition for me when I read what my business solutions advisors have been saying to clients over the days since our last newsletter. And so I just thought I'd give you a snapshot of what we've put in our newsletter, but why does it make me feel good? Why does it make me feel good? Well, first of all, I have a very sensible team of business solutions advisors. They're actually good fun as well, but they are down-to-earth people, and they're looking for solutions to help people get back control of the things that have given them angst. So this week we had Jackie dealing with a debt recovery solution to recover 5 outstanding debts for a business that he's dealing with. And he's also sent a county court judgment, a CCJ, to Shergroup to us so he can transfer up using our website. We're now introducing actually for our website a free review of any judgment or any possession order made in the UK. And we want to help people understand what to do with those judgments and orders. We may not be able to help with everything, but we can definitely signpost you. And I just feel this is a service that is completely missing. It's missing in the courts. It's missing with, I wouldn't say CAB, but not everybody wants to go to a CAB. And I think that that's a service that we can offer. It won't take us long to look at your judgment or order and tell you what to do with it and whether you've got a chance of being able to enforce it. Okay, and we'll give you options. So that's something, look out for that, free review pages. Then another customer asked us about, could we do a search engine optimization review for their website? And the answer is absolutely. This client had 4 day nurseries and she wanted to improve her website. Great. And she wanted to drive more traffic to it to get more inquiries. Fantastic. Just what we want to hear. Just about really everything I've been saying earlier on in this podcast. And so our BSA Donna explained to this lady that we could give her a digital marketing package, that she would pay a set sum every month. She would get a set service level every month. And we're going to go back to her with her SEO findings once we've done her free digital audit. So that's something that you can get from us, a free digital audit, just to see where you are on the spectrum of all of this digital stuff. And to give you some ideas on what package will best suit you to really start and raise your profile on the internet. Get you going. Anthony, our business solutions advisor, helped 2 clients this week with asset tracing and debt collection solutions. And they were interested in an asset report for litigation and enforcement. The debt was 16k, and they also wanted to use our no collect no fee solution, which we've offered them. So that's a great outcome for them. No cost in terms of getting the collection. They've had to invest a few pennies in the asset report, but just to get them going and knowing that they are not going to have to part with some well-earned cash to get their debt collected. We also spoke to a landlord, business solutions advisor, Jackie, helped a client with a CCJ for rent arrears and wanted to use our enforcement solution. She wasn't sure about where her tenant was, so Jackie sensibly suggested using our tracing solution first to find the tenant, and then once we had that, then we could transfer the CCJ to the High Court and enforce payment of the judgment at that new address or the confirmed address for the debtor. Often tracing is something that you need to do before you start enforcement, but once we have a look at your judgment or order, we'll be able to tell you the best way forward. And finally, the solution that of course we're getting asked for a lot at the moment is where clients are asking us if we can enforce a county court possession order. Now the client had got the order from the court, and she'd been granted permission to transfer the county court possession order to the High Court for enforcement. Now that's important because judges have a discretion about whether to offer or to make an order allowing the enforcement of the county court order in the High Court. And this is because eviction is a draconian measure. Somebody is going to lose their home, and the judge is checking that they're losing their home for the right reasons. And the reasons will often be around when balancing the competing interests of the parties, that the tenant has not paid rent and has not paid rent for a long time. There could be other reasons. Antisocial behaviour is a good reason as well. So when you're making your application for a claim for possession, always ask the court for permission to transfer it to the High Court. If you ask in the claim itself, we're seeing about 8 out of 10 cases you'll get the permission. You won't get it 100%. I can't say it will be made 100%. Different judges have different views as well, which does make it a little more complex as a situation. If you try and ask for permission after the order's been made, judges are less likely to make the order. They like it tidy. They like the application tidy. They like to have everything in front of them. And asking for it later on leaves a little bit of a doubt in a judge's mind as to why didn't you ask for it up front. But anyway, we see a lot of these types of cases. The business solutions advisors are there to help you and guide you through the process. And if we can get you enforcement in the High Court for a possession order, it just means you're going to save on weeks, if not months of time waiting for a county court bailiff to give you an eviction date. That's the purpose of it. It's all about giving you a faster time, accelerating the time for possession so that you can get a new tenant into the property and they will start to pay you rent, we hope. So maybe not the most Valentine-y type message at the end of this podcast, but as you can tell from everything I think we've talked about today, we are loving seeing this new side of Shergroup emerging in a new year, a brighter year. And really we took the pandemic to really think about how we were going to pull this all together. And it's just great to be able to be, as I say, the Robin Hoods rather than just the sheriffs. We are the sheriffs when we need to be, and I'm sure you've seen us on telly in that role. But we don't need to be like that every minute of the day. There's lots of things that we can do to help businesses, to help move you forward and keep you safe. So everybody have a great Valentine's Day. And from all of us at Shergroup, hugs. And we hope to see you again here soon. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Shergroupie podcast. To join our Shergroupie community, subscribe by going to our website at www.shergroup.com. Keep up with the latest Shergroup news across all our main channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and across all social media. Stay connected and begin building more business relationships.